Hello, welcome to a video. First off, I'd like to apologise for the delay that there's been. This is all basically down to the to a house move. We're basically at the stage where we're about to exchange contracts, and obviously once contracts are exchanged in the UK, the deal's a done thing, and it's just a case of selecting a moving date. So this is all very imminent. As a result of that, this is really the last place that I'm going to pack up the study. Obviously all my figures and games and the terrain, that's all packed up now and in storage. So what I'll be doing probably for the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks are basically, as I've said before, book reviews, rule reviews. So this one is basically when me and Alex were at the Border Riva show back in September, about a month ago now. Helion books, Helion Publishing had a stand there. I really like Helion as a publisher. They do some excellent books, and they can sort of go to quite unusual topics and certainly niche topics. So anyway, I picked up a couple at the show, had a good natter to the guys on their stall. I will be putting a link to Helion obviously in the description. Highly recommend them. They've got a great, if you get them at the show, that's great, but they have an excellent mail order system as well, really quick, and an excellent website. So we'll skip down to the desk and have a look at the books now. Right, so as I mentioned in the introduction, Helion Books, one of my favourite publishers. They do some unusual stuff, and it's always nice quality. This one, obviously, with one of my big interests, the Falklands War, covering 40 commandos role in the conflict. This unit sometimes gets overlooked because initially they were sort of the rear guard at San Carlos, defending the beachhead, and they're not mentioned in a lot of sort of histories. So when I saw this at the Helion stand at Border Riva, I was quite taken with it, and it was a very good price. Normal sort of standard Helion thing, really nicely produced, and it covers basically everything the unit were involved in. So down to the initially covering things like the different time zones, what initially happened, going over to the landings in the initial days. There's quite a nice little photo section in the centre. Let's see if I can get to it now. With a lot of photos that you probably haven't seen. Copies of memos and things from the reunion. Nice sketch map of what was where at San Carlos. A lot of the photos I hadn't seen before, because obviously it was from direct from members of 40 Commando. It covers what they did with the assistance of the Welsh Guards for Sept Hill. It covers that engagement, which was right at the end of the at the very end of the fighting. And then it goes on to surrender and what have you. There are some quite nice, not a massive book, but it's really well covered. Roll of Honour at the end, and then there's things in relation to reunions, operational orders, which is quite nice to see. So all of that covered. So for the price, I can't remember what I paid, but it was very reasonable. Excellent. Typical Helion production, really nicely done. I haven't read it yet, but certainly I'm looking forward to reading it. Really nicely produced, and for a very reasonable price. Right, so this was the main purchase that I got at the Helion stand at the show. It's the combined book on the Iran-Iraq War. They have done a 4-volume series previously, and this is basically completely updated, 4 volumes in one. There's over 400 pages. You can see it's quite a hefty tome. I'm quite interested in this conflict. I have the forces in 6mm. I don't think I've actually done a video on that. That's obviously going to have to wait until after the house move. 6mm is really an ideal scale for modern conflicts if you've got armour involved. So I saw this at the show. Again, really very good price, and it's just absolutely brilliant. I can't, there's that much information in it. It covers obviously the whole conflict, photos throughout, including a lot of colour ones. There's obviously the profiles, just chocker with information. I've read a number of sort of, I mean, that's an example of the quality of the profiles. I've read a number of books on the Iranak War. There's one by a guy called Razu, the Iranak War, which is quite good. A lot of them, though, do it obviously really at the sort of strategic level. You don't get any tactical information, whereas this has got absolutely all sorts in, and for the price, it's the amount of information is you know, really brilliant. It's the guys who did the same guys, so it's a guy called Houghton, Tom Cooper, who does the who does the plates, and Farzin Nadimi, who's obviously from that part of the world. Just, I mean, you can see as I'm flicking through, the amount of information is absolutely brilliant. You know, great for the lots of maps in, colour maps. At the end, there's effectively, it's really sort of a wargamer's guide of all bats and organisations. Just absolutely top quality stuff. Cannot really recommend it enough. If you're at all interested in this conflict, you need to buy a copy of this. Absolutely first class. Well, like all of Helion's stuff, the tent to concentrate, nice great shot of an Iranian chieftain there. Like all of that stuff, it's really high quality, and the tent to concentrate on really unusual subjects. And it's I've got a lot of that. The Africa stuff they do. I've got a couple of volumes on the Rhodesian Bush War and also the South African Bush War. Really class stuff. Really nice. Can't recommend them enough. Just out of interest, these are the original volumes that I bought. So this is how it originally came. So volume 1's obviously, as you can see here, volume 2. Volume 3 and volume 4. So this one they've just produced has basically combined it. Out of interest, if anyone was interested, I'm obviously I'm probably going to get rid of these 4 volumes, which is effectively what you've got here. If anyone was interested, I'd probably do them for a good price, certainly half price. Obviously you can see they're in excellent condition. So if you're interested in those, I'm sure we can do a deal on them. Just leave a message in the video and we'll go from there. So to round it off, Helion, this book and the previous one on the Falklands, highly recommended, up to the normal Helion standard. Excellent stuff. Right, so there we'll have it. Iranak War and obviously my all-time favourite, the Falklands. If you've enjoyed the video, please like it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, have a think about subscribing. You can do that either from the main channel page, or alternatively you can click on the button which is in the bottom right hand corner of the screen at the end of the video, with the image of an Empress 28mm modern British infantryman on. So next up will probably, well, it will be another book review. Haven't quite decided what it is yet, but it'll be something appropriate, or perhaps some rules. As normal, if you've got any questions at all, I'll do my best to answer them. Just drop them on the video and we'll get back to you. Okay, so once again, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.